first here on 4, a wild scene overnight in the Florida Keys. Deputies in a shootout with a domestic dispute suspect. When it was all said and done, a deputy and an FHP trooper were both injured. CBS 4's Gabby Fleischman is live at Homestead Hospital, where the trooper was just released. Gabby.
Walter, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office says that trooper was treated for a gash on her arm. She was released. The deputy who was injured, he was grazed by a bullet. He was also treated and released. Now, deputies I spoke with say the shootout was like a scene out of the Wild Wild West, with a man on a rampage shooting at officers, officers shooting back, and dozens of rounds fired. A shot-up SUV towed away as evidence after a wild chase and shootout left 2 officers injured and 57-year-old Robert Schminke locked up.
This was a dangerous situation. He was actually firing through his windshield, out the windshield at the police officers.
The early morning gun battle began with a 911 call about a domestic dispute at a home on Buttonwood Drive in Key Largo. Neighbors say they heard Schminke and his girlfriend fighting at around midnight.
And I hear like somebody screaming, and I thought like they fighting.
According to the 2 deputies who arrived on scene, they say Schminke came out of the house with a shotgun, hid behind these bushes. Then they say when they ordered him to drop his weapon, he fired 2 rounds at the ground.
After I hear the gunshots, I was freaked out. Like I was here, and I see the guy trying to run away.
The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says Schminke got into this Lexus and led deputies on a chase down US 1, firing at them while he was driving. They say he shot at least a dozen rounds straight through the windshield of the car. Eventually, officers say he pulled into this Circle K off US 1 and Reef Drive, slammed the Lexus into the cruiser of Florida Highway Patrol Officer Christy Gracie. He shot at her and at Sergeant Sidney Whitehouse, who was grazed in the thigh by a bullet.
And the customer came in and said, hey, you know, I had to duck down because they're shooting out there.
Schminke managed to escape again, this time driving into a church parking lot near mile marker 105. There was another shootout with officers before Schminke reportedly tried to make a run for it.
The suspect continued to run, threw the firearm down, and we were able to capture him. He gave up.
Schminke is facing a number of charges, including 3 counts of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer.
So these rounds could have went potentially anywhere and endangered not just the police officers, but people in their homes sleeping.
And investigators say during the fight with his girlfriend, Schminke broke both of her arms. She's now being treated at the hospital. We're live from Homestead. Gabby Fleischman, CBS 4 News.
All right.